would like to talk about stepping more into our intuitiveness and having opportunities to create space and time in this reality to fully let go and to experience being at a place of um, childlike wonder, more feeling more creative, more inspired, more in love, more actively creating, actively being present in love and letting that come through us in whatever way that is. And it's kind of balancing the intellect and the intuitive side. But we need to spend more time in the intuitive side in order to recognize the intellect and what it's good for. So we have to find more opportunities. And I was watching a YouTube clip, and they had an intermission and some music came on. And I closed my eyes and I went away with the music immediately. I was floating in space. I was with the notes. I was with the story of the music. I was in, I was out, I was pulsating, I was floating. Complete loss of form. And it was so emotionally touching to me, it made me tear up because that is where we strive to get to through tools and practices like meditation and chanting and yoga and working in the garden or drawing or playing music. So what I realized then is the importance of setting our intention for experiences. Because when you set an intention, you're creating an opportunity to change the probable future. If you don't have your intention, you are just in flow with everybody's intentions. You are just caught up in the reality of all that is. So you can either take ownership of your reality through your intention, or you're just in flow. And it's interesting when we set an intention or we're thinking about things and then something happens and we call it a synchronicity. Oh, that was so, all the, especially when we first start our journey, there's so many synchronicities, and we're so excited and we're still excited. But life is a synchronicity. It's not a unique moment. Everything that is happening is based on something else that we thought about before. So everything, but sometimes you're present enough to recognize it. So we call it synchronistic. So can you imagine your whole life just being like always just wow. This is just, I am so in charge of I am so seeing everything play out as necessary for me to be aware of my choices. And so I set this intention to the universe, to the divine. I said, I would like to experience space and time around music to fully let go and have that experience. And I'm going to use that as a launching pad to fully go into a place and then ask questions of how I can be more love, what I can do for my community, what I can do in my relationships, what I can share with our group, whatever, how I can treat my dog tomorrow. It doesn't matter. Like, well, right, we constantly have things we want to know. Or maybe I just want to understand energy entanglement more. That's been kind of pressing on me. I want to understand energy entanglement more. I want to know what's happening when I walk in a room with other people that I can't see. I want to see. I don't have to see necessarily the energy, but I want the knowing, however that's going to show up for me. And that came to me through meditation. So it's, it's important. And so the synchronistic thing that happened after I put this out into the universe was I was watching YouTube last night, and Tom Campbell was talking on one of his millions of little quips. And they said, "Well, what do you listen to?" And he goes, "I listen to music." And she says, "Well, what do you like on TV?" And he says, "I haven't watched commercial TV in over 40 years." And I thought, wow. And he said, "Yeah, I listen to music." And he mentioned And I'm going to mention with you because he said, I love Miles Davis. I love jazz. And there's an album, I'll have to look it up. My husband knows. It's something Spanish, Flight of the Spanish Night or something. I'll find it for you because I put it on my playlist on my YouTube channel. I quit watching the YouTube and I went and listened to it, and it took me to that space. Couldn't believe it. Came out and shared with my husband, my husband's a saxophone player. We have Miles Davis posters in his space. Maybe I'll bring him out into the living room. And I told him, and I was messing up the name again. He goes, "Oh, such and such. Yeah, that's one of the best albums of all time." And I said, "Oh, I got it on YouTube. I downloaded the album." He goes, "Oh no, I have the vinyl. We'll set up a whole area in the living room. We'll bring in speakers and we'll bring in our record player and we'll just listen to music." And I'm trying not to cry because this was what my intention was. And all of a sudden, it's just being created for me. Like, I'm gonna have my own sound system listening to Miles Davis because the vinyl's in the garage. Like, how did that album, it's so magical. And so we need to set intentions for what we really want because we're so busy thinking of the stuff we need and the things we have to be happier. But really, we don't need anything. We have everything. It's tuning into love. It's tuning into uh, nothingness. And I tell you, through meditations, I've had that experience, but it's been fleeting and it takes me a long time to get there. And I'm going to keep doing it. And I'm going to, obviously, that's so important. It's gotten me where I am today. But I'm going to turn off the TV at night and we're going to listen to music every night. I'm done with TV. No more commercial TV. Because I've been doing that for my husband. And I've been asking Source about that too. Like, that's our time together. I am so uninterested in what's on that screen. It does nothing for me. But it's our time as partners to sit together. And so he loved the idea of the music and he would rather do that all day long. So we found this. I mean, life is just beautiful and perfect. And it's just, it shouldn't be so surprising, but it's just amazing how it unfolds so lovingly. And we are held so lovingly in Source's hand, like so lovingly. Hobby, and then has.
Just so much there. What a great conversation.
It is a lovely discussion. Has.
I just wanted to reflect on all the synchronicity that people are talking about. And I found it really insightful when you were saying that the entirety of reality and the whole cosmos is always all synchronicity. And our ability to perceive moments of synchronicity is basically how I understood what you were saying is how we basically what we call increasing consciousness. And I was just kind of tripping out on that, like really just thinking, wow. So if we become completely conscious, everyone and everything across the entire universe becomes obviously synchronistic. That kind of blew my mind for a moment. So anyway, I just found that really beautiful, along with what everyone else is talking about.
Thank you, Has. Anybody else? So why don't we do a meditation where we can set our intention to create more space and time for us to experience letting go of fully letting go and being in flow and immersed with whatever it is that we think sounds cool, whether it's sketching. Artists are amazing. It's because they turn off the intellect and they're just in flow. And sometimes they're thinking, but then they let go. They're in flow and it's their meditation. The most empathic, sensitive people are artists for a reason. Okay, if you want to start your music, welcome to do that. And go ahead and get comfortable. And go ahead and take 3 slow, deep breaths. Just loving, loving, loving breaths. You can already notice that you're expanding into a expanded state of awareness. You're already there. And after you've done your 3 deep breaths, just go to regular breathing. Noticing your body becoming very relaxed. Your shoulders may drop. Your hands relax, your lower back. All of your body is becoming more relaxed. Your skull, your jaw becoming more relaxed. Throughout this meditation, relax your jaw and notice your breath. You start thinking, relax your jaw and notice your breath. Becoming more relaxed, letting go of form. Your energy is expanding beyond your body as it's aware of the space in the room. Your awareness goes outside of your home. You're above your house looking at it, your neighbors. And as you have an expanded view, go higher and higher up and you notice your town, your county. You notice your state, your country. And you expand and see the different continents. And you go further out into the darkness, into that beautiful indigo light. And you go and Earth becomes smaller and smaller. And you notice you're surrounded by light stars. Just feeling this lightness, this letting go of all that is. Just floating in space. Feeling aware of your awareness. Realizing that your consciousness is free. And as you expand your awareness, you move out of this reality frame completely, the universal virtual reality. Your consciousness is let go of this frame, and you are in darkness. Beautiful, loving darkness. Just being held, feeling awareness of being alive, and of love and joy. Just loving being aware, an awareness unit. Just sit with that for a moment. Float with that. We have moved into an awareness of the oneness. We are part of the whole. We are safe and loved. It's beautiful. Take a moment and state your intention to yourself, to Source, of how you would like to be. For the next 10 minutes, enjoy the silence, the stillness, as your intention is being created. I'll let you know when the time is up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mhm.